Hello, I'm ABX and welcome back to the video. Today we're talking about one of the biggest lore reveals we've had for Minecraft in quite some time. It kind of shocked me and blew my mind because basically Jeb confirmed on Twitter very recently that Steve, the Minecraft character that everyone knows as Steve at least, the guy wearing blue jeans and the blue shirt, the main character of Minecraft, one of the most famous characters in the world who's referred to as Steve in so many different sources, is not actually called Steve. Steve does not exist, and that is a crazy fact. I want to talk about who exactly he is then, who the character in Minecraft is, as well as what that means for the game and a whole bunch of other lore implications that hopefully you will enjoy in today's video. So like if you do like it because it helps out the channel and lets know you do enjoy the channel. I want to keep on seeing these sorts of videos and more videos about Minecraft lore and backstory for the characters, because personally I find it fascinating when we discover stuff like, oh, did you know the Ender Dragon is actually called Jean and that's why she's a girl and that's why she drops an egg, stuff like that I find fascinating. And that's why today's reveal, which came from Twitter, where someone asked about some Steve origin, Steve backstory, it was Cowbird, got responded to by Jeb, who does very few responses, seems to be very, carefully worded with them all, but he says in response to this one that Steve does not exist, you're the one in Minecraft. And that seems like a really simple thing to say, and at first I thought, you know what, Jeb must have something wrong. He must not know his own Minecraft lore, but I think given that Jeb is the lead developer, even if he was somehow wrong on this, he would be, kind of changing the lore just with this one sentence of like, if he believes that, that's kind of what is the truth. But the truth is there's actually a lot of different references to Steve not actually being Steve and actually just being you, the player. And you might think, wait a minute, no, everyone refers to Steve, but most of the times you see Steve referred to as Steve, it's outside the game. And to kind of prove this inside the game, because there's lots of conflicting references, I figured let's go to the skin menu on the brand new version of Minecraft, the one that's just called Minecraft right now. Here you can see, this is the menu screen, and here is the skin selector. So the reason I always assumed Steve was called Steve is because if you go to the skin that's just called Steve, as you can see, the official name for it is actually just Steve. Again, look at the skin name in the top right, you can see this right here is Steve. And again, everything makes sense. Okay, Jeb's just wrong right there. But the thing I found fascinating is although that's called Steve, and although if you go all the way to the bottom of the texture packs, because again they're loaded in a very weird order, but if we go all the way to the bottom of these and we find the Legacy skin pack, which is the skins made by 4G Studios officially for the console, you'll see all of the other skins, which are variants of Steve. So, for instance, Cyclist Steve, etc. The Legacy skin pack over here, you can see how they're all called Tennis Steve, or they're called Suit Steve, or Tuxedo Steve even. They got all these different names which are based on Steve and which make you go, yeah, he's definitely called Steve, because otherwise these wouldn't be variations of him. However, the thing that makes me question, well, maybe that's not so true, is because first of all, if we go to any of these other Steve skins from later, like 2015 and onwards, you'll notice how this is just called Jumper. It's not called Jumper Steve. It's not Steve wearing a jumper. It's just main character wearing a jumper, or for short, Jumper. And there's a bunch of other examples you can see, like this is just a warm woolly Alex, which means that, but not only is Steve not real, but Alex is also not real. And the thing is even if we pick the Steve skin, which we'll do right here, you'll see how the actual label for it in game. So if there's not some crazy lag that almost crashes the game, but if we actually select the Steve skin and we confirm it right there, as you can see, it doesn't say Steve above him. His name is not ever Steve. His name is Toycat. And if we go into a game with this and we actually try to type some commands like that, so if we load up a world and actually do that, then it's not actually going to say like so we'll go into just a random cover world. If you want to refer to yourself, you can't refer to yourself as Steve. The Minecraft character is never Steve. There can be lots of Steves in a world, but they're all different people. They're all the player, and they're all referred to in game and in commands by using your gamer tag in this particular case, or whatever your Minecraft user account is on the PC. So if you want to refer to yourself, it's slash, at Toycat, for instance. Toycat is how you refer to yourself. If you're me, at least, if you're whoever you are, you refer to yourself as that. And that confirms that Steve is a different identity based on everyone who plays him. But that kind of seems too convenient. Again, there's a part of me says, no, maybe this is all wrong. Maybe, I'm still Steve right now, because, all of these different sources refer to Steve as Steve. And, even though the name Steve only ever came from, Notch making a joke on Twitter, someone said, what's his official name? And he said Steve, just jokingly. But the thing is that you'll bear in mind is, one, that could have been a joke at the time. Two, that could have been changed. But three, the ultimate source, and this is one made by Notch himself, the original creator of the game, is when you defeat the Ender Dragon. The Ender Dragon, once you defeat the Ender Dragon, you can go through the portal, and the end of the game does occur. And it's one of the deepest endings of a game ever. It's a really confusing end for some people, but it actually has a lot of interesting meanings. It refers to you and breaks the fourth wall. I quite like the Minecraft ending, is what I'm saying here. But the thing about the Minecraft ending, besides me just liking it, that you've got to bear in mind, is it refers to you consistently as the player, and it's referring to you, the person playing the game. It's not quite it's referring to a mixture of you, the character, and you playing the game, which means that you have this very interesting thing where you're playing, even if you play as the Steve skin or you're not playing the Steve skin, it's always going to refer to you as the player, because that's who you are, regardless of what skin you put on, regardless of whether you're, this particular skin right here, which clearly is just named Steve, or regardless of whether you're playing as an Ocelot, which is usually my particular choice, you're always going to be the player. You're always always going to be Toycat, you're always going to be whatever your name is. You know, we'll call you Billy, you know, if you're always going to be Billy, for instance, because that's just who you are, and that is how Minecraft refers to you as in the deepest of, like, actual game moments. So, yeah, that confirms it. Minecraft Steve is not actually called Steve, and therefore Minecraft Alex is not called Alex. I assume they have these names just for convenience, like, oh yeah, how do you refer to them differently if they're both a player, female character, male character, or just call them Alex and Steve. And this means that, you know, there are some fun references where you can use them outside the game, but for the most part, even in-game references, just call them the player if they can call it that. You can see above my character, it says Toycat regardless of the skin I'm using, because that's always who I am, that's always who you are, and that's who the game refers to you as, even in the deepest of deep ending moments. And I thought that was mind-blowing. Maybe all of you do too, especially because, again, I made the whole video on like, ooh, who is Alex and Steve? And as it so turns out, they're just fictional names, you know, that are made up for the sake of being able to refer to the skins as in Minecraft. So, yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did find it as mind-blowing as I did, be sure to like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel, and let us know you do enjoy this sort of video. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Make sure you hit the bell on the subscription button, by the way. I know this is like, oh, you gotta, you know, a lot of YouTubers say this at the start of videos, but the reason that everyone's going on about this is because even if you don't want the notifications, which is a pretty good thing by itself, you can guarantee you see every one of these videos, is it seems to raise, you know, like how it appears on your, you know, YouTube homepage, which means if you actually want to see your subscriptions, you have to kind of do that. I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's how things are right now, at least as far as I can tell. That's what I do for my subscriptions, and maybe that's something you should do for yours too. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I guess I'll see you all in the next one. Have a nice day, everyone. Goodbye.